So I just got my 7,000 from the big Yahoo, and of course I had to buy Resident Evil 9. Now I was expecting good things already, but this game still surprised me, specifically with the zombies of the care center. Now I don't know what makes these zombies any different, but they ain't your grandma's zombies. Unless she's playing Resident Evil 9, I guess. Anyways, in this video I want to go through the different zombie personalities that we see in the care center, and I'll try to explain what makes each of them special and what each of them can do to shake up your run. Number 1. The patient zombies. Not all zombies are made equally, and these ones are the bottom of the barrel. They really don't do anything unique, and they act mostly as your normal zombies. You can find one of them in the examination room early on, and later on when you enter the isolation ward, there's a couple of them. They'll roam around, they'll moan, but they're easy to deal with as long as they don't turn into blister heads. Number 2. Blood bag zombies. While they fall under the patient category in the game models, there's no way these compare to the other ones. Similar to Ray Charles, these zombies don't see very well and react strongly to any noise. Using this to our advantage, it's possible to get these guys to kill other zombies with a well-thrown bottle or crate smash. Seeing as how they can one-shot chunk, I think it's safe to assume they're actually the strongest zombies in the care center, but they hold back with us. We hear these zombies ramble about being too loud and telling us to shut up. Added with the bloody bandages, it kinda makes you wonder what type of operations they were going through. I like to cope and imagine they were trying to cure this guy's deafness, and they gave him super hearing by accident. You could find 2 of these guys, one in the waiting room and one later on in the offices. They don't really roam around unless noise has been made, in which case they just reposition. If you manage to take one down, you'll be rewarded with a blood bag as your trophy. Number 3. Doctors and nurses. These zombies aren't much of an upgrade, and most of them actually act the same as the patients. Some doctors, though, have weapons they can drop. You'll be able to see by the London decor they keep in their hands. Even so, they're still pretty basic. We can hear them ramble a bit, but they don't really say anything useful, and it's hard to tell what's in their heads. You can find a bunch of these guys in the East Wing, the first in the examination room where he was seemingly operating on the patient we talked about before. Next up we find some more while passing by the isolation ward, accompanied by a surgeon zombie. They'll walk around a bit before returning to the stairs towards the director's office. Again, they don't really do much, and they kinda just stand there forever if you don't physically remove them. Lastly, there's a swarm of doctors in the conference room. Powerful in numbers, but honestly they're pretty weak. And they'll just stick to the conference room, so if you have no more business there, you don't even need to take care of them. Number 4. Surgeon zombies. Similar to the doctors, the surgeon hails from London, as told by their mighty machete. There's also a doctor in the conference room with this weapon, making the surgeon a little less special, but at least he drops a med injector, right? That being said, there are some differences between him and the other doctors. He ends up in the examination room after passing a certain point of the game, where he mostly just stands there, occasionally roaming the hallway leading to the main lobby. I don't know what triggers this, but I swear he chooses the most devious times to take a stroll. Although he's a different zombie, I'll also be talking about the organless zombie right here, the guy it looks like he's operating on. This guy will revive after you complete the puzzle, only to die after a couple of steps. You could put him out of his misery, but why waste resources when time is a natural killer? Number 5. The butler zombies. These good goys are responsible for managing the electricity bill and will turn off any lights they see on. Not all butler zombies do this, mind you. A few of them just chill like normal zombies. I'll focus on the worker drones to keep things interesting. The first one you'll likely see is actually also the first regular zombie you'll probably meet. As Grace, that is. Once you get past the chef, this guy's just hanging down the hallway, waiting to give you a mini tutorial by showing you how the lights work. You can sneak by these guys pretty easily by moving them around with the lights, but watch out you don't put them back in your way for some unfortunate situations. The second one is in the East Wing, and is a bit more annoying, but he acts the same way with the lights in that area. You can even get Chunk to kill him. You can hear them yap about lights, showing their dedication to the job. Their distressed shoutouts really give a nice eeriness to the hallways of the care center. Number 6. The maid or cleaner zombies. Feral is an understatement with these guys. The cleaner zombies are just as the name describes, zombies that keep the place clean. They're not really doing a good job though. And with all the blood that we add to the surroundings, they'll actually start to roam to attempt to clean up more messes. There's only 2 of these beautiful ladies, but I find they can actually change your run up the most. The first one you'll meet in the bathroom can be seen frantically cleaning stains on the mirror. If you choose to kill the butler outside, or anyone in the dining room, she'll actually start to roam and that'll be a mobile zombie, going back and forth between the spots. The second one is in the waiting room and will go as far as the examination room from what I've tested. She is one of the most unpredictable zombies and chooses the worst times to roam, at least in my playthroughs. The screams these 2 let out really got me shivering in my timbers, and their dedication to cleanliness might just top the butler's emo phase. Number 6. The bottle zombies. A subclass of the butlers, these zombies kinda look like them, but they don't really care about lighting. Instead, they're just raging alcoholics who must have run out of alcohol and will throw their empty bottles at you whenever you pass them. There's only 2 of these bad boys that I found in the mansion, both in the West Wing 2nd floor. One in the bar and lounge and one in the director's office. Number 7. The sorry zombie. Also on the West Wing 2nd floor, this lady needed a special shout out. I call her the sorry zombie because although she seems like a normal zombie for all intents and purposes, she should be sorry after getting up over and over and over and over after I've killed her. And she is. She says it when you kill her. So at least there's that, I guess. Number 8. The construction zombie. Now this guy isn't a hard worker like the other ones. Instead he just drives his machinery through walls, destroys expensive vehicles, and what, just to fuck with us? Nothing too notable about this guy. He's in a more scripted segment of the game, doesn't really have any variability in the playthroughs. He's just a dude. Number 9. The chef zombie. This hulking brute is actually kinda chill. He has bad eyesight, terrible hearing, and moves really slow. That being said, he can be deadly. When he's in the kitchen, moving around him isn't too bad. He can even kick his soup pot that you just have to push away. But mostly, he's just chopping away at meat. Pause. He'll then start roaming in the West Wing hallway and be pretty annoying. Searching for ingredients, he stays there for a pretty long time. His final evolution comes later when he starts roaming around the dining room all the way to the staircase by the cold storage. Back to chopping meat, he can be pretty annoying here too, but he's overall easy to avoid. The sound of his chops echoing through the building put me on edge every time. Even though I know he's easy to deal with, he has aura, and that could be scary. He'll talk about cooking a bit, and is even kind enough to tell you where he's going to turn around. When he's going to turn around. If killed, he drops the pantry key, unless you're playing on Insanity, where he just drops 2 coins. Number 10. The researcher zombie. Before we get into the really special zombies, this guy's a unique zombie with one arm that seemingly doesn't do too much. Most people probably kill him in their first encounter with him. But if you don't, I wanted to mention this guy because he becomes a roamer and takes place of the chef, marching down the West Wing hallway and being annoying as hell. I definitely recommend killing him. Right when you think you got rid of the chef, to see this guy there, it's pretty annoying. Number 11. Diva zombies. These generational vocalists have some of the best chords I've ever heard. To the point it actually hurts. As long as they're unprovoked though, they'll keep singing beautiful melodies. A bit unsettling at times, but beautiful nonetheless. The first of the 2 is found in the bar and lounge. They can be heard and actually spotted from the dining room, but you're probably going to ignore them with all the zombies around. Once you've actually passed the bar room, she'll start roaming around, going down the hallways from the staircase all the way to the director's office. She's pretty slow though and can be avoided. She drops a coin if you're a heartless monster and kill her. The second one is a much more respectable kill as she's in our way. Found guarding the acid in the conference room, she's surrounded herself with zombies and is quite the nuisance. She doesn't move around thankfully, and also drops a coin. All in all, the care center would not be the same without them. Number 12. Chunk. Big boy Neek over here might just be the biggest threat in the care center, second only to our upcoming guest. Two of these guys exist in the care center, but we're going to focus on the one that Grace deals with. Found in the east wing 2nd floor, Chunk is a slow-moving, well, mostly, zombie that, despite his looks, isn't really trying to eat you. I mean, kind of. He will eat you, but that doesn't seem to be why he's mad. His lines actually tell us that he has serious self-confidence issues and seems to have been mocked for his size previously. I almost feel bad for him. To get by him, we have to lead him down the stairs, past the isolation chamber, where he'll roam down those hallways indefinitely, unless you put him out of his misery. He's pretty tanky though, so be warned. He drops an amazing charm if you do defeat him. Number 13. The girl. Last up we have the little girl. She's the first and last thing you run into during the care center segment in the game. Easily the most threatening being around, her only weakness is light. Has to be bright enough though, because our flashlight doesn't do diddly. Luckily she's pretty slow and somewhat blind, so making our way around her isn't that bad. Unless you're on insanity, she can move pretty fast. Hearing her shackles clang down the hallways always gets me pretty nervous, even when I know where she is. She doesn't say much, but she does show signs of turning her ways around by the end when she invites us to hang out. Thanks. And there you have it. Those were the amazing inhabitants of the care center. I love how Capcom gave zombies such a personality this time and added more depth to them. I wish they had carried this theme throughout the game though. More into Leon's segments maybe, or into Grace's final segments. It kind of sucks only having it at the beginning. It really makes it stand out, and I really hope they use this idea again sometime. Having zombies with a little more humanity adds sympathy from our parts, but also makes it more like uncanny valley, you know, creepiness, and it really just adds a whole new layer. I liked what they could do to your runs, you know, moving around the cleaner zombies, moving around the light zombies, the researcher walking. You know, my first run I killed him, but then when I played a second time and left him alive, I had no idea this guy even moved around. So seeing the different possibilities really made me happy. That being said, how do you guys feel about it? Let me know down in the comments if you guys like the new zombies, and tell me which one was your favorite. Peace.